there, welcome to Missy Rose Mindset. Here we talk about mindset, manifestation, mental health and more. My name is Emma Rowe and I am a mindset coach here to help you with your happiness. If you would like one-to-one coaching with me, you can message me on either Facebook, which is Missy Rose Empire, or on Instagram, which is Missy Rose Mindset. You can also sign up for weekly emails from me so you get up to date what's going on with me, some motivation and some inspiration as well. So you'll find the link for these all in the description. First of all, I would like to apologise that we have had a little bit of a gap between recording. I wasn't too well the other week. I was having migraines. I'm feeling really crappy. And then once I was feeling a bit better, my lovely sister who does my recording and editing wasn't feeling very well herself. So we've had a little bit of a gap in recording. So today's video is going to be a little bit about having a dip in your mental health. When I wasn't too well, I had the migraines and stuff. I wasn't getting up and doing things that I wanted to do, and I kind of got myself a little bit lazy and I ended up binge watching loads of TV. So with not feeling too well and not being able to do what I wanted to be doing, I kind of had a bit of a mental health dip. But knowing that and recognizing that now, it takes me a lot quicker to bounce back because I've worked so well on my resilience. So over the weekend, I wasn't feeling too great. I just ended up binge watching TV, which made me feel even worse because I wasn't doing what I wanted to be doing. I wasn't getting up and tidying up the house. I wasn't getting out to walk the dog. I wasn't doing any yoga or anything like that. And then by the time the Monday came, I didn't have a very good Monday morning with my son. And I got home after dropping him off and I ended up having myself a little pity party. So recognizing that, yeah, I've had a weekend. It was quite nice, not doing anything. Now I'm feeling sorry for myself because things aren't going too good. Right, I need to stop this now. I will allow myself this next hour to enjoy my pity party, and then I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something about it. If you see my other video about the law of attraction, you attract what you think and feel. So when you're feeling down and crappy and not too good, you're just going to attract more and more and more of that. So you need to kind of recognize that you're doing it. And the more you practice this, the better you are at noticing it. So what I did then was I kind of looked at my to-do list and I thought, right, what can I do on my list today? Let's get myself out of this little funk. So then I just picked something off my list to do and got on with doing it. And then I started to get back on that roll, back on track. So it really is noticing when you are slipping, having a little word with yourself, trying to pull yourself out of it as quick as you possibly can when you notice that you're doing it, and then start getting on with your normal activities, things that are going to make you feel better, things that you've been putting off as well. I had quite a few things on my list that I'd been putting off, and just working through that list of things that I'd been putting off over even just a couple of days, I felt so much better, and it was kind of like this weight had come off my shoulders. So following on from my last video, which was daily tasks and daily routines, I've got my morning and my evening routines pretty rock solid. I always find that if I've set up my morning in the correct way, tend to be before my son wakes up, because it's kind of like, you know, warming up before the big fight, a bit of Rocky going on. Having that time to myself, engage my brain, know what I'm going to be doing that day, that lovely first cup of coffee, and then I can normally get on and do things that I'm doing in my day. One thing when I had my migraine and I wasn't feeling too good and I was kind of struggling to get back in my routine, actually made me think of my last video and something which I actually forgot to mention, which was the moon phases. This is something, some people might find this a little bit wacky, but over the past couple of months, I've been doing this. If you don't know anything about the moon or using the phases about the moon, I'll just do a quick, brief summary for you now. And then I'll tell you how I incorporate this into my life and how it has helped with my mental health and for me to correct things. So we all know that the moon has different phases. So we've got the new moon where there's no moon visible in the sky. And then you've got the waxing moon, which is as the moon gets larger. We've got the full moon, which I don't think needs any explanation. After the full moon, the moon starts to get smaller, which is the waning moon. And then we go back into the new moon again. To use the moon cycles, you set your intent on the new moon on something you would like to improve in your life, something that you are going to focus on in the following 4 weeks. And then during the waxing moon, as the moon gets larger up to the full moon, you are working on your intention. So when the full moon comes, hopefully you have achieved your intentions. If things haven't gone quite according to plan, you use the waning moon to fix anything that you didn't like or anything you need to adjust, all the way to the new moon. And by the time the new moon comes again, which is around a 4-week cycle, you've normally achieved your goals. So how does this fit in with mental health, to-do lists, things like that? How I work it is each new moon, I decide something that I'm going to focus on. We all have lots of things that we want to change in our lives and situations, and just picking that one thing at a time just to focus on can take away that, oh my God, there's too much going on in my life, I can't handle it all. So for example, the first couple of intentions that I did was get my son back into a sleep routine. This new moon, it was get myself a nice, steady to-do list, daily list, getting up, finding my motivation to do things. So by the time the full moon actually came, which was absolute perfect timing, because I'd had my migraine, I wasn't feeling too good, I was starting to pull myself out, it actually came in perfect timing for the full moon. So I used the full moon to have a look what I did on my to-do list, how I can rejiggle it to make it work. And one thing I noticed looking at my lists and what I'd done over the past 2 weeks was that I'd been busy doing other things and not really doing enough self-care for myself. So readjusting my list to help myself out has actually been brilliant, because over the past couple of days, this past week, I have achieved more things and done more things on my list than I could possibly imagine. So using the moon phases, you've got the new moon, 2 weeks later is the full moon, 2 weeks after that is the new moon again. So it's giving you 2 weeks to actually look at your life, have a bit of a reflection and think about what you can change and what you can adjust, what worked, what didn't work, rather than looking at, oh my God, I failed on my to-do list. I'm just going to go to bed. I'm just going to binge watch TV. I'm not going to do anything. There's no point. There's no point getting up in the mornings. There's no point to this. There's no point to that, which I've done plenty of times because I've been the queen of the pity party. It's given you enough time to try something. It's giving you time to reflect. It's giving you time to adjust. And I just think it is an absolute perfect way to fit this into your life. And especially when you've got mental health issues, giving yourself 2 weeks to set an intention. If you didn't achieve it in the 2 weeks, having that time to reflect and thinking, oh, what can I do and what can I change, has actually been really, really good for me. Because there is times that I don't feel too good and I can have a slight little dip, but sticking to these 2 weeks actually helps me a lot to keep on track. If you don't know too much about the moon phases, when the new moon and when the full moon are going to be, there are so many apps that you can go in your app store and you can download, and you can actually track the moon and the phases and what signs that they're in as well. I personally use an app called Moonly, and it gives you like affirmations. I'm not affiliated with this app. It's just that I actually really like it. It gives you daily affirmations and it is free to download. To unlock all the features, I think it's something like about £2 a month or something like that. Or you can unlock all the features permanently for around about between £15 and £18. I can't quite remember now. But there are lots of apps that you can actually download and you can follow the moon phases. So if you made it to the end of this video, it means you must have liked it. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell notification so you're notified every time that I upload a new video. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye.